Hey kiddos, today we are starting a new unit and we're going to discuss angle addition and angle bisectors. Let's get to it. Psych. An angle is a figure formed by two rays that share a common endpoint. That common endpoint, okay, is going to be known as the vertex. All right. Now we're going to discuss angle classification, okay? And we're going to draw these out, but first let's kind of talk about them. Okay, we have acute angles, obtuse angles, straight angles, and right angles. Acute angles are angles that are going to measure less than 90 degrees, okay? So basically from 0 degrees to 89 degrees. Your obtuse angles are more than 90 degrees, so that means 91 degrees, and they go all the way up to being less than 180. So that's their range, okay? So they're more than 90, but less than 180. So more than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. A straight angle is equal to, it is exactly 180 degrees. And a right angle is equal, it's exactly 90 degrees. All right, and hopefully you guys do recall that a full circle is known as a 360. Okay, so an acute angle. Now, I don't know if this is true, but they do say that the smaller something is, the cuter. Okay, for example, if you have really small feet, everyone says, "Oh, you have such cute feet," because they're small and tiny. So this would be a measurement of an acute angle. Obtuse, remember, it's more than 90, but less than 180. So it would look something like so. A straight angle is going to be exactly that, a straight angle. Okay, so basically it looks like a straight line. And our famous and most popular right angle, the 90 degree, which you all already know about. And notice, make sure that you include that symbol there. Okay, is what our right angles look like. All right, moving on. So, angle addition postulate states if a ray is in the interior, okay, so this ray is in the interior of this angle, okay, and its endpoint, so ray AB here's endpoint is at that vertex of the angle, then the sum of the measures of the two smaller angles will equal the measure of the largest angle. So essentially, we're saying that the measurement of angle 1 plus the measurement of angle 2 would equal the measurement of CAD, of the whole thing. So if measurement angle 1 is 25 degrees, plus we're going to add the measurement of angle 2, which is 10, then we add those together, we get 35 degrees to be the measurement of angle CAD. All right, so let's look at another example. We have angle BAD, angle bad, okay? And we know that the whole angle, angle BAD, is 125 degrees. All right, so we actually already know an answer here. We know angle measurement of BAD is 125 degrees. All right, so now we got to figure out what is the measurement of angle BAN and measurement of NAD using the information they gave us. Now, the addition postulate states that if we take angle BAN and we add it to angle NAD, we can make it equal to the whole thing and figure out what each little part is. So we have 4x plus 1 plus 2x minus 2 equals 125. All right, we're looking to combine like terms. So 4x and 2x, and then that 1 with the negative 2 go together. So we end up with 6x minus 1 equals 125. All right, box in my variable, we're going to add 1 to both sides because we have to do the opposite. So we end up with 6x equals 127. 6. Last step is divide everything by 6. And x is going to be equal to 21. Now, that's not our final answer. We're not done because the question is not asking for what is the value of x. They actually want to know what's the value of angle BAN and the measurement of the angle NAD. So what we have to do with this information is simply just plug it into our problem here. So 4 times x plus 1. So we're going to substitute in that x is 21. So we get 4 times 21 plus 1. And 4 times 21 is 84 plus the 1 would give us 85 degrees. Then for angle NAD, we're going to still plug in that same 21 for the x, but we have 2 times 21 minus 2, which gives us a total of 40 degrees. Now here's the nice thing, you should be able to check yourself here. 85 plus 40 should give me a total of 125 if we did this correctly. So notice I took the two smaller ones, I added them together to check if I got what the angle was for the bigger one, and it does check out. All right, next example. So we have the measurement of angle FCD is x plus 41. And then we have the measurement of angle BCF is x plus 78. And then we know that the measurement of BCD, which is the whole thing, is 95. We're wanting to look for the value of x. So all we have to do is set the two smaller angles and add them up and make them equal to the whole entire one. So when we write this problem out, we would have x plus 41, and I'm adding the other smaller angle, which is x plus 78, and that's going to equal 95. All right, so we're combining like terms on the left side. So the x's combine, and then our number values combine. So we end up with 2x, and then 41 plus 78 gives us a positive 119 equals to 95. All right, solving for x is what we're doing here. So I'm going to subtract 119, subtract 119. We end up with 2x equals 95 minus 119 gives us a negative number. That's okay, because this is x. This is not the actual degree answer, so it's okay if we have a negative answer. Last step is going to be to divide by 2, and we get that x equals negative 12. So it's okay if we get a negative answer for the value of x. Notice our degrees should never be negative answers. All right, so now what I want you to do on your own, okay, is please do tell me what is the measurement of angle FCD. Now you have everything you need, which is right here, okay, to be able to tell me what that value is. All right, now let's talk about angle bisector. Now, a bisector is very important to remember that it basically cuts something into two congruent pieces, okay? So, an angle bisector is a ray that divides an angle into two congruent angles. So, in this visual, in this picture here we have angle RQP, and then we have ray QS, all right? Now, because of the way that QS is here, it is bisecting angle RQP. So it's therefore creating two congruent angles. So angle PQS is now congruent to SQR. QS is known as the angle bisector because that's the ray that's causing this to be congruent. All right, so our first example here states that DI, so it's telling us that ray DI is an angle bisector. It bisects angle RDL. So automatically, we can make these marks that you see here of congruency because these two angles are going to be exactly the same. So the question is, mathematically, how would we then solve if we know that these two angles are congruent? Well, hopefully you're telling yourself that you would just set them equal to each other. So 5x minus 11 equals 3x plus 25. All right, so now we're solving. I'm going to subtract 3x to both sides. So I end up with 2x minus 11 equals 25. All right, now I'm going to box my variable. We're going to be adding 11 now to both sides. So we end up with, sorry, I don't know. I can't make this pen go into a smaller font for some reason. So it's really driving me crazy. So I'm just trying to just go with the flow because sometimes that's what you have to do when you're throwing curveball. Sorry. 25 plus 11 gives us 36. Last step is going to be to divide by 2. And we get that x is equal to 18. Now you're not done because that's what x is, and that's not what the question is asking for, okay? So all we have to do is actually plug that into our problem here. So 5 times x minus 11, or in other words, 5 times 18 minus 11. And that is, so already I get 79. And then I'm just going to check it to make sure. 3 times 18 plus 25. Hopefully, if we did everything right, we get the same answer. And in this case, we do. So both of those should be 79 degrees. Please write them here. That's too small of a space, but that's where it should go, in this space here. All right, example 2. First, find the value of x, and then find the measurement of angle DBP, or angle 1, and CBP, angle 2. If BP bisects angle CBD. Okay, so they're telling us that angle DBP, I know I'm so sorry for saying all these letters, is 4x plus 3. So let me shorthand this for you guys. So the measurement of angle 1, which is this angle here, is equal to 4x plus 3, all right? And then they're telling you that CBP, which is, that's actually the measurement of angle 2, okay, is this. So if it's true that it's being bisected, that BP, this in the middle, is bisecting that angle, then we know that these two are in fact congruent to one another. So when we set this problem up, we'd have 3x plus 7 equal to 4x plus 3. Now we can solve. I'm going to subtract 3x to both sides. I'll end up with 7 equals x plus 3 because 4x take away 3x is 1. Then I have to subtract 3 from both sides. 7 take away 3 leaves you with 4 equals x. So we know what x is. X is 4. And now, in order to get the actual answers, though, we need to plug that in to where we see x in both of these values to get our complete answer. So I'm going to let you guys do that on your own. And then I'm going to throw a little curveball at you because not only that, but I also want you to tell me what is the measurement of angle CBD. Throw in some angle addition right there for you. All right, adios.